Hi everyone. In this video, I want to show you how to solve a 2x2 system by elimination. So the lesson is going to focus on 3-1, 3-1C, solving 2x2 system by elimination. Okay, so I list out five steps. Then I'm going to go over the 5 steps. Okay, step 1. First, you want to identify which variable to eliminate. Like the word says, elimination. So you want to identify the variable that you desire to eliminate. It can be variable X or variable Y or any other variable used in the equation. So step 2. So in order to eliminate a variable, okay, there needs to be opposite. So one particular trait or characteristics of opposite is that the sum add up to 0. A number and its opposite add up to 0. Okay, so if the term are not already opposite of each other, you have to make it so. How? You can either multiply or divide depending on the problem that you have, the equation that you have, in order for the variable that you desire to eliminate to be opposite. Okay, so step 3, you're going to add vertically to eliminate the variable. Okay, you're going to add vertically, not subtract, but add vertically. Then you're going to solve for each variable. Okay, you're going to solve for each variable, and then you always write your solution in order pair. That's what I mean, always include the parentheses, and in front of a parenthesis, always start the number, the X first and then the Y second. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate with an example. Okay, so I have this system here. The first equation is 2x minus y equal 3. The second equation is negative 8x plus 8y equal 8. So in this scenario right here, what you want to do, so remember the first step is identify which variable to eliminate. So which variable would you like to eliminate? Okay, you have to ask yourself. But for me, I'm going to go for with the variable y. Right, let me highlight the term that I want to eliminate. So you want to eliminate the variable y. So remember, to eliminate two terms, they need to be opposite of each other. I see that the sign are opposite, but the number in front of y here is 1 and the other is 8. So they have to be the same number and the opposite sign, or basically opposite of each other. Okay, so they are not yet opposite, so I have to make it so. Okay, so in this scenario, I have 2 options. I hope you can see the 2 options. Okay, I'm going to give you time. So what can you do to make those 2 opposite? We want to make those 2 terms opposite. What can you do? Okay, think. I'll give you time to think. Okay, so we want them to be opposite. So the best get will be to either, what I see here, you can multiply the first equation by 8. So you have negative 8y and then below positive 8y, and they can be canceled. Okay, or the other options is to take equation 2 and divide everything by 8. So you have 2 options. Okay, option 1 is to multiply the first equation by 8, or option 2 is to multiply the second, take the second equation and divide by 8. Okay, so for me, I'm going to go with the first option. So I'm going to take the first equation and multiply by 8. Okay, so let's do it. So I have here, so let me write the first equation. So you have 2x minus y equal 3. Sorry, that's the first equation. Let me rewrite the system. Negative 8x plus 8y equal 8. And that's the second. And remember, we want to cancel out the term with the variable x. No, the term with the variable y. Okay, so now I multiply each term by 8. So that's why I got 16x minus 8y equal positive 24. Next, like I said, the step 3, you're going to add vertically. So you're adding to add vertically. So which means 16x plus negative 8x add up to positive 8x, and this one add up to 0. Remember, I hope you can see now they are opposite of each other. Okay, and then you have then 24 plus 8 is 32, and then your new equation is 8x equal 32. And to solve for x in this scenario, I have to divide both sides by 8. Or you can ask yourself, what number do I multiply by 8 to get 32? And the answer must be 4. Okay, so we solve for x. So the solution, the solution must always be written in order pair. So I'm going to write here, the solution must be always written in order pair. So you put an x value first, which is 4, and then now our next task is to identify the y value. What is the y value here? What can y be? Okay, so what do we do? When x is equal 4, what is this y corresponding y value? So let's find out. So to do that, I'm going to give you time to think. Okay, I'm pausing the video. Think about it, and how would you get y since you know x is equal to 4? Okay, I gave you enough time to think. So to get to y, there are two options. You can use equation 1, which is 2x minus y equal 3. And then since we know already that x is equal to positive 4, okay, what do you think you're going to do? Okay, sorry, let me make it a little bit darker. So we know x is equal to positive 4. So you go back to the equation, then you're going to replace the x with one number, the 4. And then you multiply. Now, I don't like the negative here. What am I going to do? I'm going to take the opposite of every term. So what is to take the opposite? So what is the opposite of positive 8 is negative 8. What is the opposite of negative y is positive y. What is the opposite of positive 3 is negative 3. So now, next steps here. Remember, I want to solve for y. I'm going to add 8 on both sides. And then the new equation is going to be y equal to negative 3 plus 8. Remember, you're adding number with different sign. So we subtract, and you subtract to get 8 take away 3 is 5. And you keep the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number here is positive, so it should be plus. We don't usually write the plus in math when it's only one number. So we just drop it. So y equals 5. So how do I get the y value? Okay, I used one of the equation. So what I want to prove to you is, I'm going to use equation 2. It doesn't matter which equation you use. You can either use equation 1 or 2. So if you want to use equation 2, you can't. Okay, so you get negative 8x plus 8y equal 8. Sorry. So what I'm going to do again, the same principle. I'm going to stop the video, and I would like you to try, okay? Whether they use x, I need you to plug positive 4 and then solve for y. Okay, so I solve it. So this is the equation I end up having. I end up having y equal 5. Okay, so negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. And I added 32 on both sides to isolate 8y. And then I divide by 8 to isolate the y. So we get y equal 5. So either you use equation number 1, okay, either you use equation number 1 or equation number 2, you end up with the same answer. So it doesn't matter which equation you use. I will say use the equation you feel like it'll be easy on you, okay? So that's why I write our solution, which is 4, 5. So I hope this video was kind of helpful to you on how to solve a 2x2 system by using the elimination, okay? So I hope it was beneficial. Have a wonderful afternoon, and see you in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.